Oh, what's up, guys? So I'm gonna tackle a project I ain't never done in my life, not once. But if you guys recall, a couple months, maybe it's been 3 now, I hit a deer in my old Tacoma. I haven't been able to really drive it. Actually, I could drive it, but it had a broken headlight. I ordered a couple headlights off of eBay. I pulled the bumper out, used a rope to my truck to kind of pull it out. Nothing busted, dude. I'll show you this, but like, I ain't never done this before. I just got the front grill off, which came off pretty easy because it was pretty broke. Took pictures of each little screw of where it went, so hopefully I can remember. And I finally just got one headlight off. I'm gonna try to get this other headlight off, and then I'm gonna try to get the bumper off. And maybe, hopefully, I can find another bumper, or I don't know, dude. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably should just sell this thing, but I just love this old beat up truck. But let me show you what I'm dealing with. All right, so I got that headlight off. You can see how it crunched that bumper in. I grabbed that bumper and I had pulled it out with the rope. And this is the reason I got to replace the headlights, because this one shattered out completely. I got that little side light. It came off with the grill. This was bent in. I pulled this back out. This hose right here was kind of bent in. As you can see, the radiator right there, it put a hole, but it's not leaking. The radiator's nice and kind of bent in. You can see that metal bar there. Sport bracket bar, that's bent. I got to see about pulling that back out. And then I'm gonna have a hell of a time. That hood doesn't like the latch. I ended up having to beat it down. For some reason or other, it doesn't go all the way in. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. But I'm trying to, man, because this is my old beat up Tacoma 2001. But I love this freaking truck, man. I've had it for, I don't know, 10 years or more. It's got that awesome rack on the top, and want to have it as the third vehicle again. So I'm gonna see if I can get that headlight off, that headlight off. I can order a grill again on eBay if I want. It's just bumper. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do here. Go to a pick and part or something, but that's my next step, taking that bumper apart. So when I took the headlight off, this one broke. You can see it right here. Sorry about the sun. There's a screw right there. I unscrewed that. That pulled this section off, and then here, there's 2 screws here. I took those off. And then this thing here, down here somewhere, wherever it was, kind of latched in. But I was just able to kind of pull that apart on the other side, take those screws, pull this front piece off, and then take the whole thing off. As you can see here, there's those 2 side screws. And then there's that bottom mount. It just kind of, I think this was sticking in somewhere, just kind of popped out. And of course, this piece that I showed you had that 1 screw in it. And it looks like that's how you have to change the headlight in these things anyway, because I can't see the hoses are disconnected back there. But this thing looks pretty complicated if I wanted to change the bulb. And I can't remember if I ever changed the headlight bulbs in these things. How to get inside there. You know, these clips right here might come up, but that takes the whole front cover, unless that's how you do it. And I honestly don't think I've ever changed the headlights. I can't remember with all the different vehicles, but it also looks like you can pop this up, but I don't see you having to take this whole thing off. It's got to be them side clips. It's got to be a way to, I don't know. Regardless, I'm not changing the bulb, I'm changing the whole entire piece. Maybe not the smartest thing in the world, but I hooked up my drill, had some connection pieces that worked. What do we got there? 1332. 32, can you see it? That's what I ended up using. Fit right on there. Then I could just unscrew them nuts right off. So it made life a lot easier doing it that way. Probably not best to put it back on that way, but that works. Then of course there's this boot right here in the back of the thing that connects, and it has a little tab on it, rubber tab. You see right there, the top pull tab. You just kind of got to pry all that rubber off, and then it'll disconnect the entire light unit, or the headlight unit, from it. Now, got that light off. Got this puppy back off. Now I got to decide about taking this dang bumper off. My wife says it looks like a smile, gives it character. Should I just continue to drive it with that same bumper, or do I just go ahead and take that bumper off? I don't know, man. Let's decide. So after inspecting underneath, it looks like if I take this one and this one off, this whole bracket will come off. And I'll have to do it on the other side. And then, like I said, this stuff's already so broken, tore off. I don't know what else would need to come off at this point. Just those 2, it looks like. I'll find out and see if there's more. Oh yeah, I forgot to add, any real mechanic could probably look at that and go, oh yeah, that's a 9/16. I did the old-fashioned way, tried different ones that I had and see which one fits. So 9/16 gets the bumper off. And I'm just doing this the hard way instead of going on YouTube and looking at videos of removing 2001 Tacoma bumpers and headlights and crap. I'll probably end up having to do that, but I like to learn this way from scratch and just try to figure it out. Always sucks when they're rusted. This was a coastal truck originally I bought out there in California, and gotta get it rusted, get this puppy off. This is why we paid the big bucks to the mechanics though, man. These guys know what they're doing. They'd have been out here, they'd have got this off in an hour. Now it does have a nut on the back side. All right, I got them side nuts off, but it's still latched here. But it looks like it pulls out of the rubber here. Sport. See it right there? And I was going to take the screw out, but I may not have to do that, at least to get this off for now. But let's see what happens. Oh, and I had to disconnect this light, the fog light. So I found that. So 4 bolts so far, and then I got to slide it out of there. Man, no wonder they junked these cars. They're hardly made of nothing. But anyway, yeah, so it just slid out. So I was able to get that bumper completely off. 4 bolts, disconnect those lights. So there's my front end now. I don't know, dude. I may honestly pay my friends at the shop to put everything back together. But anyway, you can see that's all it did to my Tacoma. Push that part in, smashed in. It was still drivable. You can see, kind of bent that up. You can see it right there. So I got to figure out if I'm gonna pull that back out. Oh, you can see a part of the radiator here is falling off, but the radiator's not leaking. Probably should put a new radiator in. But again, just my old truck. But there it is. Now I can't wait to get the parts so I can put her back together or hire somebody. But that's what I was dealing with today, guys. Well, getting this off, because I thought about ordering one. When I pulled this out, I just used my hand and pretty much bent it back out. But now it doesn't line up. So this won't go back on exactly. So I wanted to kind of take this off, kind of hammer this down a little bit, and then possibly even look at getting a new one of these. But there's a nut. Look at that nut down there. See it right there? That puppy. Can't really get back here, so I'm going to probably have to do it with a wrench slowly and get it out of there, because I don't see any other way to do it. And then, of course, the cable's connected. So this will be interesting. Never done this before.